Today I want to talk about what distracts us when we're trying to live the simple life that we see and hear all over social media and even YouTube, and what we innermost desire. But these distractions might not be what you think, so stick with me. But before I get into all of these distractions, I need to say that this video is sort of like a part 2 to my previous video. So I will link that in the description below. And you might want to watch that before you jump into this one first, or definitely at least after you watch this one, in order to fully understand what I mean by a simple lifestyle. And I am planning a part 3 to this video, little series that I'm kind of caught myself in doing. So I will announce that video at the end of this one. And speaking of distracting, is this room that I'm in feeling distracting? I'm feeling a little distracted in it, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up, and we're gonna move somewhere else. So, I'm just gonna come right out and say it like it is. The truth is, simple life that we see and hear about on YouTube and social media is the reason why we still feel burnt out when we're living in it. Okay, so you're probably going like, wait, what? What? Why? How? What does that even mean? And it's because that life, that simple life, is full of distractions from the true simple life. Okay, I know I'm not getting all woo-woo, I'm not getting all philosophical even. I'm just saying that these distractions are actually what's being proclaimed as the key to the simple life. And these could be things like, I'm going to show you. These could be things like homesteading, or gardening, hang drying your laundry, baking bread, minimizing and decluttering, reading books, DIYing everything, homeschooling, traveling, and taking long walks. Actually, I'm coming back. I'm not going on a long walk right now. So, sorry. So now I've just sufficiently given you a long list of just some of the things included in this simple lifestyle. And I've even shown snippets of how I do it in my own lifestyle. And I do nowadays thoroughly enjoy doing most of these things. You know, I'm gonna pause because it's pretty windy out here and I want to make sure you can hear me okay. Hang on. Alright, let's try that again. Take 2. So now I've sufficiently given you a very long list of just some of the things that are included in this simple lifestyle. And I've even shown you little snippets of it happening in my own lifestyle. And I do nowadays thoroughly enjoy doing most of these things pretty often. So now you're probably thinking, oh, well, Brianna, you are just a hypocrite. Or maybe you're feeling a little bit confused. Or maybe you're intrigued. And if you are, then keep watching. You see, what I've said is I've given you a long list, like a to-do list, a honey to-do list. And doing all of these things, right? Doing all of these things equals the simple life. That's what we're told. But does it? Well, just ask yourself the question this: does having a to-do list make you in your own life on a daily basis feel slow, relaxed, unhurried, and even at peace? Or does a to-do list make you feel like you've just got so much to do? You're so busy, you're hurried in order to try to cross things off of the list, and then you're ultimately anxious to get those things done. You're stressed to make sure that they happen, and then you're exhausted by the end of the day. And then several months into the slow living, simple lifestyle, you start feeling burnt out again. Okay, I know I've been there, and I'm speaking a lot from experience right now. And then what happens is the cycle starts all over again, and you start thinking, well, maybe I'm just doing it wrong. And then a whole new to-do list forms. See what's happening here? So now I've just told you that I do actually do a lot of these things myself in my own daily living. It's the own lifestyle that I'm cultivating right now. In fact, that's really what my channel, Simple Daily Living, is all about. It's cultivating a simple, slow, daily, rhythmic lifestyle. So how do I do it? How do I do it without the burnout and without also looking and or sounding like a hypocrite, right? Because I don't want to be that either, and I don't want to be burnt out either. So how am I doing all these things still? Well, I'm going to tell you. I've discovered the secret that transforms these burdens into blessings. And while I'm going to speak more to that in the next video, so stay tuned for that, I'll leave you with what the greatest teacher and master of all time said to a woman named Martha. And Martha was distracted by a big dinner that she was planning, which, if you're a mom or a wife or a host of any sort, you've been there before. We've all been there. And Jesus said to her, "You are worried and upset over all these details. There is only one thing worth being concerned about. Mary," who's her sister, "has discovered it, and it will not be taken from her." So I'll put that verse in the description as well. And in the next video, I will talk about what the real key is to the real simple life. So I'll see you in that video. Until then, reevaluate your own to-do list. Reevaluate the things that you are doing on a daily basis that you're doing maybe because you're trying to cultivate a slow lifestyle. Reevaluate those things, write them down, put them in the comments below, and when we come back together in the next video, I think you're going to be surprised by just how distracting those things really are once you hear the secret to how to have a real, simple, slow, undistracted life. See you in that next video.